Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about the sex lives of college girls has been canceled. Well, a lot of people saw this coming with the third season. The ending, the season finale felt more kind of like a finale. The creator, the male one, said that they never intended to like wrap everything up in a nice little bow. Sometimes, at times things just happen that way, you know what I'm saying? But there were just a slight cliffhanger with the Kimberly stuff about which guy she's gonna go for. Everybody else seemed to be wrapped up for the most part. And like I said before, a lot of people saw this coming. I saw it coming. People on Twitter saw it coming. Whenever you start seeing people on Twitter like begging for a renewal, it's normally because even they know something's wrong. Either the show hasn't been renewed yet or there's something wrong with this season. And this third season was rushed, but there was a lot of things going against this third season. But it's not just the third season, it's the first and the second. I've said this before. It's an okay show, and I really wanted this show to succeed. But there were like flaws here and there in the writing, especially with that of the character development and character digression and everything. And it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the humor, for me at least, never landed. And it's with the main characters. A lot of them are new to acting and stuff like that, so I get it. But this is when the director should have been like, hey, can you redo that line? And can you probably, like, I don't know, change your facial expression out? Or can you pause for a while and then deliver your line? Can you give a bit more like emotion and stuff? This is when directors need to do their job and just don't let things fly by. When you let things fly by, it doesn't seem all that like great. Cause like for me, a lot of the recurring characters and side characters and guest stars are actually more funnier than the main cast. No shade against them, because I actually do like the main cast and everything. It's just that sometimes their line delivery isn't funny enough and they don't always pause before they say what's supposed to be funny. Just because you say something funny doesn't mean it's funny. Cause the Lila actress is very funny and stuff, but then also a lot of the guest stars, like they have a lot of Disney Channel people guest starring on this show, and of course Disney Channel people, they can yuck it up. So this stuff always seems more funny, you know what I'm saying? And so the writers, they needed to do a better job with like the plots, the character development. When they bring a character down, they need to bring a character up genuinely and more realistically, not just give them a pat on the back and make them the hero in like the next season or something like that. Like Bella, for instance. Like she was horrible in season 1 and 2, all the stuff she did. And she never atoned for any of that. She's never been punished for none of that stuff she did. But then they just wrote her in the third season as a mentor and as a nicer, a much better person and a less sex-driven person. And then, of course, they made her bisexual in the last episode. And for a lot of people on Twitter, and I kid you not, that's all it took for them to forgive like the entire season and Bella. And it's like, it can't be that simple. Is it really that simple? Somebody coming out as bisexual and kissing another girl? Is it really that simple for y'all to forgive a really bad like season and a really bad character? It must be, or something. Like, I don't know. Because, like, I'm not kidding. So many people are like, I cried at the last episode. Why? Because she came out as bisexual? Like, there have been tons of characters who have done that in the past. There are tons of celebrities that have done that in the past. Leighton was a closeted lesbian and everything. And they handled that storyline very amazingly and stuff. And it was very touching. But Bella is just Bella. And I don't know where people keep talking about they saw it coming. She literally clickety clack with 20 men in all of one and a half school terms and everything, school year or whatever. In all of 3 seasons, she's been with like 21 dudes or whatever. And it's just kind of like she was really guy driven. So I don't believe for a second her character is really bisexual and never realized she's bisexual, because never in the show did you ever see her be attracted to a female. Never. And the way she dresses doesn't mean nothing. People's all like, oh, the jackets and the bow ties. And when I saw that, the first thing popped in my head, 80s and 90s stand-up comedians used to dress that way. And every time she did like, her comedy writing stuff, she always dressed like a 80s or 90s stand-up comic. So I don't understand what people are talking about. They saw it coming. Didn't nobody see that coming, because it was never written to be that way. And I bet you anything, it was never intended until Renee Rapp left, which gets me into my second point of why this show got canceled. Renee Rapp, look, no shade against her, but she took some of the fan base along with her. A lot of her fans have literally said on Twitter they checked out the moment she left the show. And she left in the second episode of the season. And her leaving threw a monkey wrench in the writing process, because they had more stuff planned and they had to work around that and everything. So when you lose a beloved character, a lot of people are just gonna tune out, you know what I'm saying? The actor and writer strike was another factor that, messed this show up. It took about a full year and a half, close to two, between the second and the third season. That is a long time to wait. And so some people who generally liked this show tuned out because they didn't even know if it was renewed or canceled. And also, by the time it did come back, some people didn't even know it was on. So if it's not going to be advertised that well, then how are people supposed to know it's coming back? You know what I'm saying? Whitney, they completely butchered that character in the third season. She became the new punching bag once Bella stopped being the new punching bag and everything. And a lot of people did not like how Whitney was written in the third season, especially that of the black community and stuff. People was just kind of like, where the heck is this storyline going? And it just kept going in so many different directions and so many different plots they gave her, to where at the end, none of those plots really ever truly got resolved. They were just kind of wishy-washy and like rushed like very fast. And last but not least, you have David the Devil Zaslav and everything. Like, this man, since he has bought the WB, he has ruined it. He has buried it in the ground. When you go on HBO Max, what original shows are really left that are not HBO shows? There really isn't anything HBO Max related no more. He has literally scrubbed that platform of all its diversity and stuff. So many female-led shows, so many like people of color shows, LGBT have now been gone. And this is before they rolled back on DEI. There was always something odd about that man, because there's a rumor going around. Cause you ever notice how CNN has been acting really differently and stuff lately in the past like year or two? Rumor has it he wants CNN to be the new Fox News and everything. So that tells you which way he swings and stuff. And the man even has deleted cartoons like Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons, like all those like classic Hanna-Barbera type stuff, Cartoon Network type stuff. DC superhero stuff, a lot of that stuff has been scrubbed. And remember, he canceled Batgirl just to get a tax write-off and stuff. And he literally scrubbed, and it was almost finished. And so many other things were almost finished, and he just scrubbed it for like a tax write-off. So I'm not surprised he got rid of this show. So yeah, I'm not really surprised the show got canceled. I figured it'll probably get 3 seasons at the most. There was a lot of complications with this show, and You know, and it sucks because this was a female-led show, you know what I'm saying? And female-led shows are cool. I used to love them in the 90s. I love them in the 2000s. I still love them to the day. But lately, in modern day times, because of all the hate and everything, a lot of female-led shows just aren't doing very well anymore. They normally only last 1 or 2 seasons at the most. And there's been a lot of good ones, especially on Amazon Prime, that literally get canceled after just 1 season. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.